For decades, a mysterious radio signal has haunted shortwave bands, known by many as the buzzer, or more ominously, Russia's Doomsday radio. Its official call sign is UVB-76. It broadcasts one chilling constant, a monotonous buzzing tone on 462.5 kilohertz, 24 hours a day, around the clock. But sometimes the buzz stops, and in the silence, a voice, a cryptic code, emerges. Russian names, numbers, odd words, fragments of messages. A pattern so enigmatic that it has become the stuff of legend, a supposed relic of the Cold War, yet still alive in 2025. On September 8, 2025, the buzzer's hum shattered. Listeners logged a list of Russian names and numbers, code words like NZHTI, Nutcracker, and others. Some pointed to possible links with Russia's new hypersonic Oreshnik missile. A month later, this November, UVB-76 spoke again. First, a cryptic code, then a second message, Plushovvod. The timing? Immediately after a high-profile meeting in Miami between U.S. and Ukrainian officials aimed at hammering out a new peace deal in the war that has ravaged Ukraine since 2022. For many analysts and radio watchers, this isn't coincidence. It is alarm, because UVB-76 has historically reactivated ahead of or during Russia's major military moves, from drone incursions to airspace violations and sudden escalations. Some conspiracy theories go further, claiming UVB-76 may be the whispered heartbeat of Russia's notorious nuclear dead hand, an automated fail-safe designed to guarantee retaliation even if command centers are destroyed. If true, its broadcasts could be more than signals. They could be warnings. Yet others argue UVB-76 is not about nukes. It's about psychology, a psychological weapon, a tool of intimidation, a constant hum, a reminder that Russia is watching, listening, still in the shadows. At the same moment some decoded Doomsday signals, diplomats from Washington and Kyiv met in Florida, a new round in what U.S. officials call a fresh push for a peace deal to end Russia's war in Ukraine. The talks followed major upheaval in Kyiv. Top negotiator Andriy Yermak resigned just days earlier amid a corruption scandal. Replacing him, National Security Advisor Rustem Umerov. A symbolic reset, critics say, but one that underscores the fragility of Ukraine's internal politics. After a long session, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio emerged cautiously optimistic, calling the negotiations productive while warning significant work remains.
We had another very productive session building off Geneva, building off the events of this week. As I told you earlier this morning, our goal here is to end the war, but it's more than just to end the war. We don't just want to end the war, we also want to help Ukraine be safe forever, so never again will they face another invasion, and equally importantly, we want them to enter an age of true prosperity. We want the Ukrainian people to emerge from this war, not just to rebuild their country, but to build it back in a way that will be stronger and more prosperous than it's ever been. And so this is comprehensive, what we're working on here today. It's not just about the terms that ends fighting. It's about also the terms that set up Ukraine for long-term prosperity. I thought we started laying the groundwork for that, most certainly in Geneva. I think we continued that work in our communications throughout the week. I think we built on that again today, but there's more work to be done. This is delicate, it's complicated, there are a lot of moving parts, and obviously there's another party involved here that'll have to be a part of the equation, and that'll continue later this week when Mr. Woodcock travels to Moscow, although we've also been in touch in varying degrees with the Russian side, but we have a pretty good understanding of their views as well. So much work remains, but today was again a very productive and useful session. We continue to be realistic about how difficult this is, but optimistic, particularly given the fact that as we've made progress, I think there is a shared vision here that this is not just about ending the war, which is very important. It is about securing Ukraine's future, a future that we hope will be more prosperous than it's ever been.
We are grateful to American people, American leadership, and a great team with State Secretary Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner for their tremendous work with us. Our objective is a prosperous, strong Ukraine. We were discussing about the future of Ukraine. We discussed all the important matters that are important for Ukraine, for Ukrainian people, and U.S. was super supportive. We already had a successful meeting in Geneva, and today we continued this success. So at the moment, this meeting was productive and successful. On the later stages, hopefully, we will keep you updated.
But as diplomats talk peace, another signal crackles to life. What if UVB-76's reactivation is not a coincidence, but a signal of impatience from Moscow, a show of strength, a warning shot across the bow? Because if this radio is truly tied to Russia's strategic command network, if it is more than myth, then the stakes suddenly become existential for Ukraine, for NATO, for the world.